Well, today is one of those topics where we're looking at half of a Micromaster team. In fact, we're looking at the half that I kind of criticized the names when I looked at the G1 quartet and said, hey, they're starting to hit the bottom of the barrel. Why? Because we're looking at Groundhog. Groundhog. He's a hog for the ground, but he sounds like the animal. And Roller Force. Let's take Roller's name and just throw force on it and call it good. Anyway, you cut it. These two out of the four are going to be our focus this time around in the latest GotBot True review. Hey one, hey all, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, your most humble host, man, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share, of course subscribe, and while you're at it, hit that notification bell, baby. It helps me out a ton. It lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, the Everything Factor, Transformers Collectors NL, the Autobot Family, Transformers versus G.I. Joe versus DC Universe versus Marvel, and have a look for me across all of social media. All of those links are in the description. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. You can check us out on Patreon. You can see what we offer to you through Teespring. Or, of course, you can hit the join button right here on YouTube and become a channel member. And these guys are, they're all right. They're okay. This is very interesting because throughout Siege and Earthrise, we've gotten like half of a lot of the 4 bot teams or 4 con teams. In this case, though this is, again, half of them, this is one of those iterations where we're actually going to end up, in the end, in a roundabout way, getting all 4 members. This is the team led by rights, Barricade. No, not the police car, the race car Barricade. This update is also very stylized. Is it successful? Is it not successful? Well, we're going to head over to the table. Yeah. And we're going to take a closer look at both of these guys. And so here we are with the Earthrise Racetrack Patrol. Well, half of it. This is Groundhog and Roller Force. Conspicuous by their absence is Motorhead and Barricade, though I think they might both actually be part of the Amazon exclusive Micron 6-pack, even though Barricade's been renamed, because of course the police car lad now is Barricade, even though the police car lad is not actually Barricade, it's the Micromaster race car. There's my gripe about the name Barricade. But I think we all know that, by rights, more popularly, a lot of people consider the police car, the full-size police car guy, to be Barricade. It's what he's recognized as. And I think this is one of those rare instances where we're actually going to get all of the members of this team. It's a little, you know, dicey getting them, but I think we end up with all the members of this team if I'm not mistaken. Nevertheless, this is what we do have right now, half of this team, and we're going to look at the packaging first. Beauty packaging, baby, with the artwork up top of them in their vehicle mode. I think it looks great. Back here, of course, we have the product images, and we have them with Airwave. No Airwave around here yet, sadly. Plus, they come with some pretty decent instructions. Now, unlike the Shuttle Boys of the Astro Squad, these guys do go together to make some sort of a, like, combined canon-y thing that I still don't like that feat. Like, it's one of those things, like, I'm not for that feature. I think it's unnecessary. I don't think it works particularly well, but I know some people do and love it and think it's fabulous, and I respect that they can go together in different forms and stuff to become different sort of like blasters and whatnot. I just don't think it was necessary. I think that Micromasters are cool in and of themselves, but that's just me. It is a feature they can do, and it is documented here in the instructions. And so here we have both of our lads. We're going to begin grading them with their paint apps, their overall look first. Now, because their fiction really only relates to their appearances in some comics, it's somewhat limited. So I'm actually going to opt to grade their accuracy to the character from their G1 actual release. And the first one that we're going to look at is the blue and yellow lad here, that of course being Groundhog, and which is a weird name in and of itself as far as I'm concerned. Groundhog is yellow and blue here with a lovely red flame deco on the hood of his vehicle mode. I do like the silver on his arms because that's nice styling in vehicle mode. However, it is not correct. Okay, so the silver on the windows and on the arms there, that's fine. even though the silver on the arm shouldn't be there. I just think it's cool. The flame shouldn't be red, it should be more of a maroon, and the blue is completely inaccurate. It should be purple. And his waist section should be like silver, so I would not have just guessed this is Groundhog. I'm gonna say it's about a 5. I really am, because I would not have guessed it's Groundhog. In terms of roller force, it's a similar sort of thing. Now we do get a nice race car. It's nice. I mean, don't get me wrong, the color is nice. I love the purple and whatnot. But with him, his body, yes, should be blue, but where his waist is black, that should be yellow. And really, the race car should be pink. Should be pink. It just is what it is. Now, I get it. Perhaps they thought that, you know, this would be a little bit more dynamic of a color. But again, about a 5. I wouldn't guess that these are the characters they're supposed to be based on their colors. Now, based on what the vehicle modes look like, yeah, probably. But based on the colors, I have to be objective and say, while I like it, I love the look of these guys, to be accurate to the original characters, they're only about a 5. Let's look at the articulation. We'll start with Groundhog first. I know, not the strongest start at this point. Now, just so we're clear, my understanding is that this mold is going to be reused, retooled, whatever you want to call it, into Motorhead for that Micron 6-pack that's part of Galactic Odyssey. That is an Amazon exclusive. So let's see how good the mold actually is. The arms, they can go not out a lot. Well, no, I take that back. They can go all the way up, but it's kind of ratcheted. It's weird, but they do go all the way out. They can go all the way around. No, they cannot go all the way around. There is a waist, which is nice. Waist is nice. The legs don't go out to the side. If you push it, they can go out to the side about that far. But I feel like I'm pushing it. Oh, and it just came off, so maybe it can't really go out to the side that far. It popped off the ball joint. They can, however, go forward, which is nice. We do have a knee to, I'd say 90 degrees. And can it go back? Yeah, I can go back a little bit before it hits some car junk on the back. I wish that we had out to the side a little bit more. It's all right. For what it is, I'm going to say out to the side a bit more would be nice. But overall, I'm going to say it's, I don't know, we'll say it's a solid 8. Like, I mean, it's fine for what it is. It can do most things. You might be able to get a slightly dynamic pose. Not a lot, but a little bit. In terms of his vehicle mode, we flip this up over. We put the arms on the side. We have the feet together, and we, of course, as you would well expect, flip them up over, make sure everything is tabbed in, the door pieces are tabbed in, and boom, in the end, here we have Groundhog in his vehicle mode. I don't care what anyone says, this still looks pretty stupendous. I love the vehicle mode. I wish the colors were accurate, but I love the vehicle mode. The transformation's simple. I mean, you're just flipping up the, you know, the piece on his back, putting the arms in, and flipping up the legs. Again, it's effective. I'll say it's an 8. Overall, this guy's about a 6.5, 7. It's fine. It's just, I wish it was a little more accurate to the character. What about his partner? So Roller Force is indeed a little more top-heavy than I'd like, and it does tend to make him want to sort of fall back. Again, this is technically going to be reused for Barricade. I think they're calling him Runner, I think is what they're calling him, but it's Barricade, if you know Barricade. Again, he started with a 5. So right now, we have Groundhog getting a score of about, you know, a 6.5, a 7. It's all right. It's just not quite accurate. This guy, again, a 5, not super accurate to the character. What about the articulation? I think the articulation's better here. The arms, maybe it's not. Maybe it's about the same. The arms can only go out that far, but they can go all the way around. The legs can go out a little bit. It's all right. They can kick forward nicely. They can kick back nicely. Nice elbow. And really, we have a heel spur here that moves. It's because of transformation, but it can move. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. I'm going to say that his articulation is, we'll say it's an 8 for what it is. And what about the transformation for this lad? The transformation for this lad, again, pretty simple. This flips up over. We have his arms here on the side. The legs will kind of flip up over, like the heel spur flips up over, not the entire leg, because we have a spoiler section there. So you bring that part up. The spoilers are there. I got to put the arm sections in, but in the end, boom, here we have Roller Force, make sure that's down, in his vehicle mode. So, I think it's safe to say at this point that both of these have pretty good transformations. The articulation is sort of middle-ish of the road, and their look is indeed off. I would say as a whole, as a set so far, this is about an 8. Then we get to their combined blaster mode thing, and to do that, we basically come here and we pick out that peg and we put that back down. We can then flip out the legs. We might have to pick the arms of this guy off, actually. Might be the best way to do this. And flip out a leg and flip out a leg and bring them down at the hips. After you bring these down at the hips, then you should be able to put the legs up like this. Make sure that we peg the arms back in, and this is one of the guys done. He's ready to go. I guess that's what we'll say. I guess we'll call this ready to go. Okay, so take this guy off, and then we'll do Roller Force here. Roller Force is, again, not hard. We flip this up and we pick out the handle piece, I don't know what you call it. I'm going to call it the handle piece. We should be able to flip back. I got to take the arms off. We should be able to flip back the feet section and bring the arms back in on the sides. That one doesn't want to come in yet. I'm going to have to do that. And then basically we should, with this piece back, we should be able to kind of oddly and uncomfortably mount this guy up on the top. It's really, really, I don't know, man. It's weird. No, wait, my mistake. It's this way around. I'm sorry. And now we mount this guy up. That went in. His peg went in. I'm going to get them put together and we'll just see the end result. Right now it's just putting the peg of Groundhog into the chest slot of Roller Force. In the end, when we put both of these guys together, this is what we have. I don't know. I guess we'll call it like a rocket launcher thing, I suppose. Basically, all that we did was we flipped out a peg from underneath the hood of Groundhog and we sort of put him in a seated position, and then for Roller Force we flipped his legs out because his feet really have the barrels of the blaster, and we flipped up the front of the vehicle to bring down the handle. I guess this opening here would go over someone's shoulder. I'm kind of thinking like cliff jumper or hubcap, someone like that. I don't think this is necessary. Overall, I think the set is an 8. I guess this is another feature can do. It's not what I'm gonna do. I'm happy with the Micromaster lads just being Micromaster lads. And here we are once again, and here they are. They're okay. They're all right. They're very middle of the roadish. The blue that's on Roadhog it's a nice blue. It's a nice blue. The yellow's nice. Like, this is nice coloration. It's just not right. He should be purple. It's not accurate, but it's really nice. So I'm gonna let it pass. Same with this guy. Like, this is more visually interesting than his G1. Is it accurate? No. But again, if you know the character, I think that you'll probably be able to say, you know, who this is and be pretty confident in it. You know, I think you'll be like, oh yeah, that's Roller Force, and I think it'd be all right. I do wish the body, though, was more the correct color. In terms of articulation, neither one of them is going to knock anything out of the park, but this guy is a little bit better than this guy. They're both a little bit back heavy, which is a slight shame. You know, I mean, like, the legs on this guy don't even go out. The transformations are pretty great, actually. They're intuitive, they're easy, they're simple, but, you know, they're fun. These are fun to flick back and forth between modes. It's satisfying. It's easy, it's alright. This guy, Roller Force, is a little more interesting. There's a little more to do with him because of the way his legs work. I like them. They're not the best of the Micromasters, but they're most definitely, most assuredly not the worst either. Let me know what you think about these guys. I appreciate you coming by and giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we offer to you through Teespring, or of course hit the join button and become a channel member right here on YouTube. While you're at it, hit the subscribe button, stick around, have some fun with us, man. We do a lot of things around here. Don't forget, somehow, someway, each and every single day, man, you do make a difference. And I look forward, baby, to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams, at the stop motion premieres, or the old fashioned way, right here inside the videos.